Police in Mpumalanga say they are making inroads in the fight against crime in that province. Some areas in the province have reported a notable decrease in reported incidents. To discuss the work being done by the SAPs in the province, I'm now joined by Acting Provincial Police Commissioner, Major General Zeph Mkhwanazi. Major General, thank you so much for your time and for joining us this morning. What would you describe as the current state of policing in your province? And just touch on the key priorities in maintaining public safety as well as combating crime.
Good morning and good morning to your viewers. Thank you very much for having me in your program this morning. Definitely, I want maybe start first by saying when looking to our fourth quarter, looking to the first quarter, as we are saying, we are making a lot of good progress with our crime in the province. Why I'm saying that is because whatever has actually taken place in this first quarter, we have actually managed to deal with it successfully, and those who actually committed crime have been brought into books, and those crimes that were taking place, we have managed to actually to put them under control. In short, I would say we definitely very much in control of the situation, and we believe or we trust that as we move forward to second quarter, we'll be able definitely to make a lot of change within the province.
And speaking of that change, one notable change in the last quarter was certainly the uncovering of the supposed military camp and the 95 Libyans that were later deported. Just talk to us about some of the positive outcomes that have resulted from some of the recent interventions and strategies and your collaborations that you've been implementing, and just that how you were addressing the crime trends within the province and trying to improve law enforcement capabilities.
Thank you very much. On the issue of the training of the Libyans, we actually got information on that one. After receiving information, we actually started checking and seeing what actually was happening in that training camp, whereby the community, especially those areas that are closer to the training center, they were actually complaining with what actually they were seeing happening in their areas of residence, seeing people they never seen before, and all those type of things. Even in hospital, there were problems that if they get injured, they come there, they are asking for help. And as well, there is a problem because they will demand to be helped and they are not speaking the language, and it became a problem. Therefore, we acted as quick as possible, gather the information through our intelligence, and we managed definitely to check the situation, and we realized that definitely it was an unlawful camp in a sense that we brought in Syria, that is Peace Syria, we brought in Home Affairs, all other role players, that is SSA, everybody got involved, and we managed to actually to establish, to say, really, this is not gonna work for us. We are not gonna actually take a situation whereby we allow lawlessness in the province, and we decided definitely to get them actually deported, and at the same time making sure that the training center is closed because it was more military instead of the normal training that all of us, we know about it if you train security and all that, but this one was more of military nature. And the SNDF was with us. They managed to actually to assist us to say, this is totally definitely military, and it cannot happen that they can be trained in this type of training. And as a result, we felt that we need to charge them with Immigration Act, and they were definitely deported after that. The other part I maybe just bring it before you is the issue that actually of the extortion. Slowly the extortion is coming up in the province, but as we have actually picked it up, especially yesterday in the morning, 4 a.m., we managed actually to come head to head with those suspects who are actually working with that, and we managed to have them arrested. But during that altercation, it happened that they were actually fighting against the police, shooting to the police, and as a result, one of them was fatally actually wounded, and the other two were injured, were taken to hospital. We got one that managed to run away from the scene, but he has been actually shot, and we believe that he's injured. Where he is in any hospital, we definitely appeal that if they see somebody shot or injured, they notify us so that we can arrest that person, so that we can bring the situation under control. Especially in places like Mpumalanga, they are definitely all over that place, but we have actually dealt with them, and we have a lot of housebreaking taking place there, and we definitely have actually moved in, and we have actually bring the situation under control. I must just indicate that looking as well to the quarter, that is the first quarter, we actually have three issues that we actually have challenge on them. That is the attempted murder, the common robbery, as well as assault, GPH, which is assault with intent to cause grievously bodily harm. That's what we are actually having a problem with. We are working on that very strongly, and we believe that we will get it right. The other part that I think we have won the war, and we are still working very hard, but we have won the war already. It is murder, because we have problem. If you will remember, we have a situation where people, especially women and children, were murdered and be buried over on top of another grave. And we have actually dealt with that situation. The only way that has helped us is to deploy more other members to make sure that they monitor those places they are around, the stations around, and visiting those graveyards to make sure that nobody can actually continue with this type of a situation. So definitely murder has been dealt with,
Right.
and we are going to make sure moving to the second quarter.
Let me just come in there, Major General. I mean, maybe let's just touch on some of the challenges that you experience as a province. I mean, given Mpumalanga's proximity to the borders of Mozambique and Eswatini, what would you say are the unique challenges that the province faces in terms of cross-border crime, transnational threats, and just some of the illicit activities that do take place that impact the local communities within Mpumalanga? And how does the police force then work to address these complex security issues effectively?
That's true. Thank you with that question. Definitely, it is happening because we are actually bordered next to us with Mozambique as well as Eswatini, that is Swaziland. They are very close to us. And some of them, maybe people can just walk in and come back, and schooling as well can take place with in and out, and it's very close, which actually the criminality take advantage of the situation. However, we got cross-border operations that are taking place, which actually talk to trilateral operations we have is whereby we are having Limpopo, we are having Mpumalanga, we are having KZN, and sometimes we have bilateral, whereby maybe Mpumalanga itself can actually bilateral or have meetings with Swaziland, plan an operation which will actually assist us to deal with the issues such as stock theft, firearm crossing the Dacha, as well as vehicles that are stolen. We are actually working on that. And as well as Mozambique, especially, we have a lot of vehicles that are being recovered in that port of entry that are going through and all that. So we are actually dealing with those type of issues. It's true that definitely it becomes a challenge, but we are dealing with that.
And of course, some of the other challenges that are brought upon with cross-border crime, I can imagine, is unlawful miners and illegal mining. Speak to us a little bit about Operation Valumkoti and what inroads are you making in that regard?
That's true, ma'am. I would say we are having a lot of mines, especially coal mines here in Mpumalanga, and those coal mines, we are having pilgrim arrest, we are having different types that are here, and definitely they are a challenge. But we are having Vala Umkoti. Vala Umkoti, it is actually a national deployment that is within the province, which actually work with our members as well within the province. We plan operations with them. We actually go to those places and deal with the situation. So sometimes they go on their own, and they got a right to do that without the provincial members and deal with the situation. So we become successfully, but what is happening most of the time is that you will manage to actually to extract the equipment they are using and in doing their jobs and all that, when they actually get the stuff from from the holes, where actually they go in and come back with some bags and they start working on that. But when they see the police, nothing else that is happening, they will start running away. But we are putting plans, ma'am, very well, that we want to make sure that this thing of unable to arrest them, we need to make sure that we actually confront them in a time when they are not waiting for us, and we arrest them, and we make sure that we confiscate as well the equipment, because immediately they will have equipment within a short period of time. They will be able again to go on, and this actually frustrate the communities closer to those places where they are operating. So with the Uvala Umkoti, definitely they are helping a lot, because we will actually working with intelligence, get information for them, and they will be at their own time. They move in, they deal with the situation. It's not to say if we plan operation, they won't be able to go. There is an operation that will be actually integrated. There will be operation of theirs. They will move at their own in and deal with the situation. Normally they differ. Others are armed. Those people, which is Zamazamas, who are involved there. Others are not armed. It depends, but you need to get proper information to see what type of team you get in and how they're going to actually deal with the situation successfully.
All right, Major General, thank you so much for your time and just for an update with regards to how the province is faring. A lot of challenges still exist, but I'm sure the police defense within that province is making those efforts in ensuring that, like you say, things like Operation Valumgoti are really happening in